And that would help this gentleman that's looking for solutions.
A good point. You know, and back to the person who's got to make that decision of whether they're going to eat or go get health care, you know, I think that there has to be some form of a sliding scale. One of the problems that we have today in Illinois, especially because I know people who have had this problem, is it's all or nothing. You know, if you go to work and you're getting help from the state and you make $1,000, well, you lose all of your help that you're getting. And I think what needs to happen is, what we need to do is we need to integrate that to where if someone goes to work and let's say they're getting $1,000 from the state and all of a sudden they get this job and they're going to make $800, we need to integrate that and maybe give them just, don't take the whole thing away, give them a little bit so that they're making a little bit more than what they were doing on welfare. Because I think what happens is, this is a huge thing, this is near and dear to my heart because from where I was born and raised, is the fact that those people that want to get out there and be a productive member of our society, if they can get in there and they can get into the game, there's a couple things that happen. Not only does it save the taxpayer money, okay, but it also makes Uncle Bob feel better about himself. He has, you know, my kids would see that I'm working. You know, it would just have some really good long-term effects on our society in general. What we need to do is we need to figure out a way to help people to get what we call a leg up rather than a handout. You know, and you know, there's a lot of these people that don't want to just sit there and keep waiting for that check, believe it or not. You know, because when they do get out there and become active in the community, working, whatever, they do really feel a lot better about themselves. And I think that's something that's huge that really needs to be honed in on to work to get these people back out working in our community so that they can be productive members and everybody in their family sees it. Right now is all they see is, I got a check coming in. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Depend some of the people who can't defend themselves, which is the people who are mentally handicapped. And Mike Ryan, right here, is the leader, takes care of a lot of people. And I want them to be heard as all these cuts come through. And we need to take care of our people. You know, I'm a conservative. I'm not a, you know, here's a guy who takes care of people. We need to take care of the people who can't talk. Okay.
I agree 110% with you. I tell you what, I have a guy that works at my store, and he is by far, he's a guy that could be sitting at home just, you know, not wanting to do, you know, not do anything, but he's unwilling. And I mean, there's some people that just can't, and we do have to take care of those folks. You know, that's our moral obligation, is to help those people that can't help themselves. You know, and you're finding that the friend that works for me, that's a handicapped guy, he is my best employee. If he misses a day at work, he's in the hospital. That's why. No, I'm serious. He rides the bus. He gets there every day. He's an hour early, and he usually stays 2 hours late, just making sure everything's okay. But you know, when it comes down to it, and I've got a choice, I'll take somebody who might be a little bit slower and is willing to learn, because they end up being a better employee for my store, and they help me to get to where I'm trying to bring it. But I agree with you. Thank you. Yes.
If I could piggyback on that, you said that you'll go to Washington and make the hard decisions. We know, everyone in here knows that not only is Medicaid and Medicare imploding, but Social Security is going to implode within our lifetimes. What is your ethical guideline? What is your criteria that, I know you don't have specific answers right now, you're early in your campaign, but as you think about problems like Social Security and the fact that we are not going to be able to afford the level of benefits we have now, what is your guideposts for how you will make those decisions about whose ox is going to get gored.
We didn't hear the question, I'm sorry.
She's basically talking about how Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare is going to blow up.
Right.
And, you know, with the Social Security system, I would rather answer that in a debate with my opponent, if that's okay with you. That'd be the fairest way to do that. Okay.
Has he agreed to it?
Not yet, but he will. He'll be forced to.
I know basically from my position, I'm a fiscally, you may not realize this, but I'm a fiscally conservative person and really think we should kind of reevaluate how we spend money in this country, process and procedures and bureaucracy. We'll have bureaucracy we have bureaucracy in the private industry, in the healthcare industry. Bureaucracy is rampant. But what I was wondering about is when you actually get elected, I'm assuming you're going to be getting elected, I'm not sure whatever happens, but it seems like it's more of a systemic problem. You're talking about not enough doctors. Perhaps we should encourage those people who have the ability to go to school and become a doctor, that the government should support them, and somehow anybody who can be smart enough to go on to a graduate school should be supported somehow, subsidized in some way, other than just giving them a loan. A lot of these doctors start their practice with a $300,000 plus debt before they even get in. And forget about malpractice insurance. I mean, they have the debt that's just incredible. So, are you going to attack this in terms of education system and all these other problems? Because it seems like one problem is caused from a combination of other problems, so-called on the surface unrelated, but basically everything's interrelated. So it seems to me like this country has to reevaluate the systems that are in place right now and maybe do some work on those systems somehow.
Definitely, I think we need to incentivize, because the government, as far as, from what I've read, is they're pretty much in control of how the doctors get in and how many come in, and so I think what we need to do is try to figure out a way to get more people to join the ranks and kind of open it up to where it could be like unlimited. As a funding it with taxpayer dollars, you know, I don't know if that would be the way to do it. You know, I think you try to any alternative except that way. I don't know if that's, if you were asking me if we'd use taxpayer dollars to do it. But we need to address the shortage, and as to exactly how to do it, that's something I need to kind of do a little bit more. And the thing is I don't know all the answers to everything, but what I can tell you this is that the reason I'm coming out here is so that I can hear and I can learn and that I can represent. That's the main reason that I'm out here rolling and going to different town halls, so I can talk to people and kind of see what the concerns are and get ideas that, hey, you know what, Bobby, you need to sharpen your toolbox on that one there. So
the doctor shortage will continue to be a problem as long as tort reform is not a part of this, because nobody who has the ability to go to medical school is going to do that when they go to another field, do just as well, and not face liability every single day.
Right.
And tort reform will never be solved until we get rid of everybody in Washington, D.C., because they're all bought and paid for by the trial lawyers.